गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. ओम नारायण नारायण. Sugama 43rd one, 42nd point we have completed. We are going to the 43rd one. Okay, pramananam. Now the topic is all the pramanas are due to avidya, due to adhyasa. The sarva pramana vyavahara. Pramana vyavahara means the perception and also other pramanas like inference. If you are thinking logically, or if you are getting a messages from rishis, gurus, or revelations, let us say something beyond your logical thinking and perception, if you are perceiving, that is a pratyaksha vyavahara. If you are thinking logically, arriving at something, then you are using anumana pramana. Then what is beyond perception and beyond logical thinking is the Shastra's revelation. Shastra teaches certain facts of life which cannot be perceived directly, nor can be inferred through logic. But only on the strength of Shastra we accept certain things. So these are the three pramanas we have. And through these three we come to know many things. In fact, almost all our knowledge. All our knowledge is only through this perception, inference, and Shruti Pramana, Shastra Pramana. Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shastra Pramana. So he says, he is trying to show how Adhyasa is underlying in all our activities. Because people think that I am able to think correctly, I am able to perceive the world. Then you said Adhyasa, where is that Adhyasa? So to look, where to look? At what level is this Adhyasa? When Shastra says, Shastra means Acharya says, Shankaracharya, Adhyasa in our life, he is pointing out at what level it is. Adhyasa is not, there might be the Adhyasa, here the Vedanta, the Atmadhyasa that we are talking is forming the basis for the entire life, worldly life. The perception of the world, the existence of the world, your interaction with the world, all your experiences, all your knowledges, all your activities, good and bad and everything. So the entire worldly life presupposes Adhyasa and your individuality. That I am an individual, body, sense organs and mind. So, the entire activities of life, no sane person should live on the earth. It's meant for only wicked people only. Okay. Adhyasam puraskritya sarve pramana prameya vyavahara. That was told. So Adhyasa means when the Atma is superimposed upon the body. That means you take body to be me. I am the body. This notion is underlying in all our activities. So the entire your relationship with the world is through your body. Body means when you take yourself to be the body, then you come to perceive, you come to experience the body, not perceive. You come to experience the body, that I am the body. In these things, the experience of the body, experience of a body is there only when there is an I notion. Without the I notion, no body is ever experienced. And body is experienced through I notion. I notion is experienced based upon the body. Even I notion cannot exist without the notion of the body. Even the I notion means individuality. The sense of individuality is based upon the body. So this is called Atma, Anatma, Adhyasa. Okay. So we proceed. He says, Evan tavat idam upapaditam. So far it was told, it was explained that yadidam indriya vyaparam vina na pratyakshadi vyavaharaha siddhyati. Without the functioning of sense organs, na pratyakshadi vyavaharaha siddhyati. Pratyakshadi vyavahara means perception, inference. All this vyavahara, all these transactions, all this life won't be experienced without the sense organs functioning. Functioning means the sense organs. Without sense organs, you don't have perception. Indriyani cha swadhishtanam deham akshipanti. And for the indriyas to exist, for the sense organs to exist, we need a body. Indriyas cannot exist without a body. Indriyani cha swadhishtanam deham akshipanti. And indriyas require a body, because the sense organs do not function without a body. So perception requires inevitably sense organs. Sense organ requires inevitably body. Atmani vyaparascha indriyadishthana bhuta dehasya adhyastatmatamapekshate. And then all this, the sense organs and the perception of the world, all this are possible in the Atma. Atma means in the way, in ourselves. So you have this experience only when you identify with the body. That the body is me and I am an individual. I am an individual. I means the Atma. Atma is an individuality. Without the Atma appearing as an individuality, that is I notion, body cannot be identified. Body cannot be experienced. That means Atma has to be seen as one with the body. That means you become individual. And the body also comes to be experienced only under its identification with the Atma. Body comes to be experienced only under its identification with the Atma. When there is no Adhyasa, no body is experienced. Therefore, indriyadhisthana bhuta dehasya adhyastatmatam apekshate. The very body, experience of body itself is under Adhyasa. Without Adhyasa, no body, means without the identification of Atma, without putting the Atma upon the body, without having an I notion upon the body, body can't be experienced. Iti. This is what we have been discussing in the last few weeks. We have discussed. It is a long topic. Now he is concluding that Atha Mabhut Indriyanam Vyaparaha. Now the concluding part is, okay, let there be no functioning of sense organs. So what? What will happen? You say without sense organs there is no body. No, sense organs need body, and body and sense organs. So without sense organs there would not be the perception of the world. The world is perceived through sense organs. Sense organs exist only through the body. Body exists only when you identify with it. See how the sequence. World is perceived through sense organs. World is perceived only through sense organs. And sense organs exist only with the body. And the body exists only when you identify with the body, only when you have Adhyasa upon the body, then only the body is experienced. If you have no Adhyasa, there would have been no body. If there was no body, there would not have been no sense organs. If there were no sense organs, there would be no perception of the world. You see the sequence like this. World perception requires sense organs. Sense organs require body. Body requires Adhyasa. That is sense of Atma putting upon the body, taking the body to be the Atma, or taking Atma to be body. Anyway, they are one together. Taking Atma to be the body, because body itself is not there unless Atma assumes as a body. Atma is taken to be the body, then the body is there. So the very experience of a body is a misperception, is a misconception. The very experience of a body means Atma is taken to be the body. See, it's an interesting point. Atma is taken to be the body. Some people say, first body exists and then I identify with the body. This is what Mula Vidyavadins say. Body exists, body is created by Ishvara, and you identify with it. They present as if body exists independent of Atma identifying with it. Even when Atma is not identifying with the body, still body continues to exist. This is a very, very, very wild imagination, because it is not supported by our Anubhava. You don't find before Adhyasa or in the absence of Adhyasa body is there. Nobody has experienced, nor ever is it possible. But this is a wrong stand they take. That's why we say it is a illogicalities or wrong assumptions. Assumptions means a wild assumptions without Anubhava supporting it. Your experience should be there. Your only Vedanta is watching an experience, probing it and trying to understand it. Is this experience real, unchanging? Is this experience real, unchanging, eternal? Or this experience can be dismissed? And you can stand, you remain without this experience. Is this experience inevitable part of me? Is this experience real me, means real Atma? If this particular experience is my real Atma, then I can never get rid of it. I can never have an experience in which I am free from it. If I were the body, I would not have an experience where I exist without the body. If I were the body, I repeat, if I were the body, if Atma's very nature is the body, then you would never be free from the body. You would never have had an experience. You would never have had an experience where you exist like in deep sleep without the body. I exist, but I have no body. This experience would not have been there if body were the Atma. Here, Atma can exist without the body, without the notion of the body. But how do you come to have the body? Only through a notion. Except a notion, there is no body. Except an adhyasa, a superimposition, a misconception, whatever you call. Except for, but for this notion of I, which involves Atma appearing as an individual. Unless you have this notion upon the body, body would neither exist nor it is experienced. Therefore, anadhyasta atma bhavena na kinchid vyapriyate. On this one sentence, we discussed all these weeks elaborate. Now we are concluding it. That means Adhyasa is the foundation, is the basis of all our vyavahara. That means whether you are sitting, talking, eating, jumping, dancing, thinking, feeling, all your good and bad thoughts, even your sense of I, all these experience of the entire world presupposes Adhyasa. Within the Adhyasa, without Adhyasa, no world experience, no world vyavahara, nothing exists. That's what he has to say. Therefore, in Atha Mabhut Indriyanam Vyaparaha. Now, just for sake of argument here is supposing there is no sense organs at all. Okay, let it be, so what? If there were no sense organs, so what? If there were no sense organs, tadadishtanasya adhyastata, there would not be body. Atha Mabhut Indriyanam Vyaparaha tadadishtanasya adhyastata tadvara atmani vyapratatvam va. Okay, let there be no sense organs, let there be no body. Then Atma also would not become a knower thinker, agent of action and experiencer. That means the individuality of knower means a thinker, a doer means one who acts, and experiencer. This experiencerhood, the doership, the experiencership, and the knowership, these three, not three, but they are one experience. We are only talking from three different standpoints. So the knowership or the doership or experiencership is found in the Atma only due to Adhyasa. If these were not there, tadvara atmani vyapratatvam. If Atma becomes a functional Atma, Atma becomes a functional Atma. Functional Atma means individual Atma, a relative Atma. Atma appears to be an individual Atma. An individual Atma is a relative Atma. That means he always stands related to the world. It is the individual that stands related to the world, related to something else other than me. It is the individual alone who stands related to something else. It is individual alone who, when he stands related to something, he is called Jnata. Jnatrutvam or the knowership is, you know, when you are knowing something, you stand as a knower of something. That something you are related to. So the very knowership is a relative knowledge. Knowership is a relative knowledge, or in other words, relatedness. The knowledge of relatedness, the awareness of relatedness is Pramatrutva. The awareness of relatedness. So, used only when you stand as an individual knower, a relatedness. Individual knower is relatedness. This is Jnatrutvam, the knowership. Then the Karta, the doership is, when you see that you are undergoing change. The changing nature is karma. Changing nature is, you feel the pressure and also you act. Who is an actor? Actor means a doer. A doer is one, you feel that you are continuously changing. You are changing. The changing is doership. There is a movement, there is a transformation, there is a movement. So when there is a continuous change in you, that is kartrutvam. Okay? You feel a continuous change in you. That is kartrutvam. You feel related, that is jnatrutvam. You feel a change, a continuous change under pressure. You feel the pressure, you are also changing. That means there is a will. Will is action. What is will? Will is a change. Will is a pressure. Will means a change. There is a movement in you, that is called will. In Sushupti, there is no will. That means no movement. Your simple awareness. A simple awareness without movement. The movement is possible only an individual moving from point to point of space, from within the space, within time, and also having a form. A karma is a change. Change is possible within space, from one point of space to another point, or one more moment of time to another movement. You move into the next moment. Okay? That means the movement is possible within time, movement is possible within space, and movement is possible in a change of a form. When you are in one form, you change to another form, in one condition to another condition. So this is where you experience a kartrutva. This is where the will is operating. So in jnatrutvam, your knowledge is a relative. You are related to something. You know something. You are a knower of something. The very knower is knower of something. The knowership is knowership only when you are knower of a given thing. Something is there to know. That something I know. So this a knowledge related. A relative knowledge is jnatrutvam. A changing is will or a kartrutvam. An experience, a limited experience of what you call a fluctuating experience. Experiences of pain and pleasure come and go. An experience of happiness, experience of joy, a pleasure. Okay, these experiences keep fluctuating. So a changing experiences is called bhokta. In these things there is an identification that I am happy, a sense of I am happy or I am sorrowful. So here is an experience, fluctuating experience, and there is an identification also that I am like this, I am happy, I am unpleasant, I am pleasant. So there is a bhoktrutvam. Bhokta is a one who is identifying with certain experiences, changing, fluctuating experiences. So this is called bhoktrutvam, kartrutvam, and jnatrutvam. This is all these three put together is individuality, a notion of I. So the Atma cannot feel an individuality without Adhyasa. And that individuality involves these three, jnatrutvam, kartrutvam, bhoktrutvam. These three require the body. These three require sense organs. And sense organs require the body. And the body, sense organs, kartrutva, bhoktrutvam, only when you have an individuality, jnata, karta, bhokta, then you experience the world. So all this is a one block, one unit. The world perceiving sense organs and acting perceiving sense organs, and sense organs requiring a body, and body requiring the adhyasa, that is sense of individuality. Now you see that is aham, I. The sense of again I repeat, from this side, two sides. Sense of individuality requires body. Body also proceeds into sense organs. Sense organs go about seeing the world, and back again. The world is perceived because sense organs are there. Sense organs becomes inevitably require the body. Body requires inevitability. Sense of I, that is Adhyasa. Atma taken to be an individual. Now these are the four steps. Sense of individuality, body, sense organs, and the world. World, sense organs, body, and sense of individuality. Now we have discussed these four. They are not four things. 4 steps of understanding one Adhyasa. They are not 4. You can see, you don't see them 4 as separately. All 4 are one unit, one experience. Okay? World is there. You stand as an individual. World is there means the sense organs are already there. Sense organs there, already body is there. Body is there, you are already an individual. That means as an individual you have a body and have sense organs and happen to be related to the world. So all individuality, body, sense organs, world. World, sense organs, body and individuality. So all these 4 are for the purpose of explanation we divide. But in your Anubhava it is one unit. See them? See them? It is one. If you keep dividing them, this division is for our understanding. Our mind is going step by step. But in your experience, all these 4, what you call 4 is a one unit of experience. They are not 4. You don't see them 4 independently. One unconnected with other, independent of other. When one, the other is assumed. When the other 2, the third is assumed. When the third, fourth is assumed. That means all the 4 are required together as one block. Okay? They require together as a one. This is our experience. Therefore, this divisiveness blocks you. It disturbs your understanding. It's not the right understanding. If you have to go by experience, don't go by too much of logical analysis. Logically, you keep on explaining these 4 separately. You think that your mind starts imagining 4 concepts. Once you think, first when you look one by one, see, you explain these things you look at these things one by one. When you look at these things one by one, you think 4 concepts. When you say 4 concepts, you think 4 things. See how mind is playing. And you get carried away by the mind. So you think of these things one by one, small pieces. You are not thinking all these 4 as one. You look at them one by one. When you look at them one by one, you have got one by one concept. 4 concepts. When you have 4 concepts, you think that there are 4 things. And why you think 4? Because you think one can exist independent of other. This creates the mess. This is samsara. This is misunderstanding. Then you are perfectly in Adhyasa. It doesn't allow you to come out of it. You get trapped in that. They are not 4. You are looking them part by part and imagining 4. Since you see the one unit, you look at that one unit part by part in 4 parts, and you have 4 concepts. You think that they are 4 things, but it is 4 concepts. They are not 4 concepts. You are looking at them part by part. That's all. 4 times you look at them part by part. That's all. And you imagine 4 concepts. They are not 4 concepts. It is only one concept. It is one thought. World, sense organs, body, and the sense of I, sense of individual. All this is a one experience or a one thought. That's why we say Adhyasa. Vyakhyanakaras, Mula Vidya Vadins, they divide all these 4 separately and it confuses. It really doesn't help you to understand Adhyasa. So it is a Shankara's, Satchidananda Swamiji's explanation. You try, you listen to them. Probably if I say that, you may not believe me. You listen to the people, how they go to explain. So these 4, they are not 4 concepts. 4 concepts are about one unit, one experience. That means 4 parts your mind is gradually looking at one by one. That's all. Sometimes one hand you look at piece by piece, part by part. Then you look at 5 hands or 10 hands. It can be any number of hands. The one unit you may be looking at part by part. Your looking is gradual, piece by piece. That's why you imagine, you think that they are 4. In fact, in experience it is one. Therefore the world means sense organs are already there. Sense organ means body is already there. Once you say body, these three are there, then your sense of individuality is already there. Sense of individuality itself means Atma taken to be the body. And the body experience only under Adhyasa. That I am the body is an individuality. I become an individual, then only when there is a body. Only when there is a body, Atma appears to be an individual. In that Adhyasa condition, there is a body. In that Adhyasa condition, there is a sense organs. In that Adhyasa condition, there is a perception of the world. Then all these four put together is one experience. We say after Shravana, you have to do Manana. My habit is, in the class itself, I go detail point by point. So as if you are doing Manana in the class itself. Sometimes I do even Nididhyasana in the class. Somebody really told like this, Swamiji, you are doing Manana, Nididhyasana, everything on our behalf. Because many people have no time. Many people are unable to do all these things. If I tell these three concepts and leave them, you yourself have to connect and see them as one. And many people are unable to do. Therefore, we have divided them. We have taught this as one by one. That doesn't mean they are four. It's only one unit you are looking part by part. 4 times you are looking at the same experience, one unitary experience. This you have to combine yourself. By in Manana and Nididhyasana, you combine them. In Manana, you combine Nididhyasana, totally you remove them and see one with Atma. Anyway, so this, at least after explaining this much, when you sit together quietly, alone, without anybody, without any disturbance, you'd see the whole world as a one unit, one experience. Okay, now he says, now Atha Mabhut Indriyanam Vyaparaha. Okay, let there be no functioning of sense organs, no body, tad adhishtanasya adhyastata. Let there be no body as imposed. Tadvara Atmani Vyapurtatvam va. Then the Atma also ceases to be an individual, functioning individual, or no individual. Functioning individuals, individual is always a relative individual. Then if there were no sense organs, no perception of the world, no sense organs, no body. When the no body, no individuality, then the Atma would become without individuality. Atma would be without individuality, without functioning, without relationship, without experiences. Then Atma remains Atma, without being an individual. Okay, if Atma were without an individual, so what? See the question, he says, Kim tavata nishtam apadyata. Okay, let it be so. So what? He says, Tatrottaram na chaitasmin sarvasmin na sati. If there were no this 4-aspected one unit of experience, this one unit of experience which we have discussed in 4 parts, for our convenience, the experience doesn't consist of 4. For our convenience, we have divided. For our understanding purpose, we have, for our discussion purpose, for the purpose of discussion, divided 4. But experience is one. When you take the one, all the 3 come together. All the 4 come together as one block. Okay, therefore, nacha etasmin sarvasmin asati. If there were no all these 4, asangasya atmanaha. If there were no this whole unit of 4, Atma would be asanga. Asanga means Atma is uninvolved, untouched. Uninvolved. That means Atma cannot be imposed. You cannot see Adhyasa there. If all these 4, this experience of 4 parts doesn't exist, then there will be only pure Atma. Pure Atma will be untouched, uninvolved, anadhyasta, which cannot be, no adhyasa. Atma without adhyasa. If Atma without adhyasa, asangasya atmanaha, Atma which is asanga, which is detached, which cannot be superimposed, not available, not lending itself to be superimposed. That means you don't find any adhyasa. That means you have no individuality, you have no body consciousness, no individuality. No individuality is a notion. You have no individual notion. Then what happened? You are only pure consciousness. You only exist without what you are, how you are, where you are. You have no idea of you. You exist without an idea of you. I exist without an idea of me, neither as a subject nor as an object. Asangasya atmanaha. You exist as an atma. Existing as an atma means what? I exist without an idea about me. What I am, how I am. Am I an individual? Am I seeing, sitting, talking, doing, thinking? Nothing. None of these ideas. You exist without any opinion about yourself, without an image about yourself, without an idea about yourself, without without a concept about yourself, without a notion. You have no notion, but exist. That exist has no dimension. Notion has a dimension. Okay? A notion means a relation, a dimension. Such and such. I am so and so. I am this. I am like this. I am so and so. The very concept of I, the very notion of I is a dimension. Is something specific. Dimension means something specific. I am this, so and so. If you have no notion, no dimension, no idea, there is only pure existence without any idea. There is only existence. How, what, how much? Nothing. All these things don't exist. All these things come in the idea. All these come in the conception, in the notion. That I, the very I is a notion. The existence through notion is I. The existence through a notion is I. When there is no notion, even the I drops off. Because the I is a notion of pure existence. Pure existence, when conceived, appears as I. Okay? Pure existence or pure consciousness conceived as a notion appears as I. Because I is a relative. The very I is, I am related to other. I am seeing something. I know something. I exist as a knower of something. So there is a pramatrutvam comes into picture. Then I am somebody. I do, I keep changing. Then the karta comes. Then I am happy and I am unhappy. I am like this, all those things. So an image of yourself, an experience as a doer, as a related, all this is an individuality. All this is a notion of jivahood. So this notion, the very individuality is a notion. The very I is a notion. Notion means some idea is there. Like this, I am so and so. So in the absence of that notion, there is consciousness without any dimension, without any relativeness. Consciousness is not related. Consciousness has no dimension. You have no image about consciousness. You have no idea of consciousness. You have no concept of consciousness. Consciousness just is. The pure existence can't be thought of. Pure existence is not an idea. Idea means, idea is a dimension, a relationship. See, an idea is a relationship, is a dimension. Idea requires a relationship. I am something related to something else. I am this. The very I means this. This means something, a given thing. But the pure existence is not anything. Either this much or more or less, and how and what, and no conception, no idea. When you have no idea, it is just a pure existence, not available for any conception, not yielding to any idea. Okay, a pure existence not yielding to any idea, like in deep sleep. You exist, but your pure existence is pure, not yielding to any idea, not available to any conception, any image or any idea. Okay. So that is asangasya atmanaha. See, every sentence is how beautifully Swamiji presents. Asangasya atmanaha. Atma, which is asanga. Asanga means no imposition, no adhyasa. What is adhyasa? A notion, an idea. An idea is adhyasa. So when you have no idea, no individuality. Individuality is an idea, a notion. When there is no notion, existence is not available for any notion. A notion is not pure existence. Once you say the notion, adhyasa is come in already. A notion is adhyasa. That's why adhyaso mithya pratyaya rupaha. Adhyasa is pratyaya. Adhyasa is notion. Adhyasa is an idea. I am. The very I is adhyasa. I am like this. The very I is Adhyasa. The sense of I, the notion of I is Adhyasa. If without that notion of I exist as a non-notional I, free from any notion, cannot be thought of, but I exist. An existence not available for any thought, any notion, any idea is Asanga Atma. The entire wakeful consciousness, has no idea of I. The I is Adhyaropita. I is relative. But you take the whole wakeful consciousness without the world, without an individuality, a just consciousness, eternal, infinite consciousness. Infinite means no idea. Idea means a dimension comes. It's a dimensionless existence. It is a dimensionless consciousness. A dimensionless consciousness is no idea, no notion, no individuality. Individuality means a relationship comes, a notion comes, an individuality comes into picture. So an existence without any image, without any idea, without any conception. A consciousness, that's all. There is consciousness. Of what? There is no what. How, what, which, none of the questions exist. Just a consciousness, a bare consciousness. Okay? The bare, just like a transparent. Transparent has no color. A transparent, a transparent glass, plate of glass. Transparent plate of glass, a very clean plate of glass. You keep it. You can see the thing, you can see the thing existing other side of it. You don't know that there is a glass at all. A glass piece, a glass, a plate. A plate of glass is there and you are looking from this side. You can see through it and you can see the objects outside, other side of it. As you feel that as if glass doesn't exist at all. It is so transparent. Therefore, in the transparent there is no shape, there is no color, there is no idea. That's why it is not perceived. A perception is an idea, a color, a shape, something like this. Okay. Transparent means you cannot think of. The thinking stops because no idea. Transparent means no idea. Therefore, Atma is transparent. Just consciousness without any thought, without any notion, without any idea. Therefore, nachaitasmin sarvasmin nasati asangasya atmanah pramatrutvam upapadyate. If the body and its superimposition, the identification with the body, identification with the body, then sense organs, then the world. If there were no all these four, one unit, if there were no this perceptive individuality, Atma would remain pure. In that pure state of Atma, is not Pramatru. Asangasya Atmanah na Pramatrutvam upapadyate. The Asanga Atma, transparent Atma, uninvolved, untouched, okay, inconceivable, just pure existence, pure consciousness, Atma, a bare consciousness, without any idea of it. So that Atma, Asanga Atma, uninvolved, untouched Atma cannot constitute Pramatru. Means cannot constitute an individual Pramatru. Nachaitasmin sarvasmin nasati. That means pure Atma cannot be Pramatru, cannot be world, cannot be samsara. That means you have no individuality, you have no world, nothing. No individuality, no world, no perception. That means in the pure Atma, there is no world, there is no individuality. There is no individuality, there are no experiences, no karmas, no knowledges, no world. In the pure Atma, none of these exist. If they are existing, it is not pure Atma. That's what he means to say. If you see the world, if you see your individuality, then you are no more pure Atma. That means Adhyasa is there. In the pure Atma, no individuality, no world perception. No individuality, no perception of the world. Okay. That means that if you are perceiving the world, if you see yourself as an individual, then you are not pure Atma. That means Adhyasa. When you are not pure, Adhyasa. Nachaitasmin sarvasmin nasati asangasya atmanah pramatrutvam upapadyate. In Asanga Atma, there is no Pramatrutvam. If you feel pramata, then you are not pure Atma. If you are not pure Atma, means what? There is a wrong Atma. Wrong Atma means Adhyasa is there. Therefore, without Adhyasa, no individuality, no world. How Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya is proving. Amazing thinking. I think it's an unparalleled. You'll never find such a thinker like Shankara Bhashya and the right explainer, right Vyakhyata Sachidananda Swamiji. I think they are only equal to themselves. Shankara's Bhashya and Sachidananda Swamiji's explanation. And the Anubhava is also such that it exactly fits into Bhashya and Swamiji's explanation. Your Anubhava, the fact of life, the reality exactly fits into Swamiji's explanation. Or in other words, Swamiji is exactly explaining your Anubhava, pointing out your Anubhava. Bhashyakara is pointing out your Anubhava. Therefore, whatever they say exactly fits into your Anubhava. It looks so perfectly right. Okay. Pramatritvam hi pramana vyaparayitritvam. I think we'll stop it. It's a short class for 40 minutes alone, but it's okay. It will continue. So the 43rd is a concluding portion, but even that concluding, that means everything is due to pramatrutvam. All pramanas are due to adhyasa. That is the point he is trying to explain. The entire pramana vyavahara, the entire vyavahara of the world and individuality, interaction, good and bad and doing and experiencing, the entire vyavahara would not have been there without adhyasa. That means adhyasa is already presupposed once you are seeing all these things. This is what he is trying to show. Therefore, pramatrutvam, in the pure Atman, no pramatrutvam, no world experience, nothing is possible. If pramatrutvam is there, then already adhyasa is there. This is what he's trying to show. Okay, we'll continue it in the next class. Last class I couldn't do because some visitors unexpected came and they took my time. So they won't leave, and then they came from, they were the people, I am told, they have seen Swamiji, they lived with Swamiji, they served Swamiji. Therefore, we had to talk to them, and something else also we had to talk. So therefore, last class, I think 2 days before, Sugama class we couldn't have. Now anyway, I hope hereafter, I told them, don't give appointment to anybody during this time, at least 11 to 12, so that we can, our classes will continue undisturbed. Okay, next class we'll see. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.